Hey everybody, it's Mark with Mark's Home Hobbies. How's everybody doing? It's a fine day after the Super Bowl. Yeah, since how the Lions weren't in it, there's kind of really no reason for anybody around here to really even watch the game as far as I'm concerned. Just my little commentary. Take it for what it's worth. I know there's a lot of Chiefs fans and a lot of Niners fans out there, but I truly think that the Niners were gifted that game against the Lions due to a series of unfortunate little tragic events that happened during the game. Most of them not the Lions' fault. But anyhow, yeah, I'm glad Taylor Swift and Mr. Taylor Swift had a good time yesterday. That was good. And I guess what you're looking at there is the bare bones stripped down table that I usually set up all my tracks on, and it's made out of a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of masonite, which is like a pressed board, and it's brown in color. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, and it's it's a little flexible, so you got to have something underneath it. What I have underneath it is a big old table, one of those folding tables that you find in a hall or something. They're very long, they're 8 feet long. I have one of those under there, and then I have some boards underneath it, on top of it, supporting it. Not very level, almost level, but not quite. I could do a better job, but it's just temporary, just so I can race and have fun for right now. And underneath it down in here, you can see this blue surround there. I use that for storage because I got so much stuff, and I like to keep this thing set up so I can race just about any time I want to. So I use that for storage of different articles down there, RC stuff, and just various things. Anyways, so as I was out at a friend of mine's house yesterday, and we were testing and tuning. Maybe you watched the test and tune video. I'll put a link to it at the end, with the C75s. Yeah, if you did happen to watch it, you could see that the track that I normally have up on this table up here for the drift cars was laid out at his place, at Rob's place, and we were racing our C75s around the track, just trying to tune them up and get the steering set right and all the different details. We weren't really racing each other, so to speak. It might seem like we're always racing or something like that, because we're anxious to race, but it's just me and him right now. So until we get a few more guys that come over and have a couple more cars on the track, we can't really have a really organized race, just me and him. I mean, we could do battle or something, but we're just trying to tune up our cars so that when we do race, that we'll be real competitive, and then we'll know a lot of tuning stuff, so we'll be able to share those secrets with you in videos that we do in the future. So you might want to subscribe if you have one of these cars, if you have the C64 or the C75, because we'll probably be giving away some tuning secrets and things like that. You probably might be interested in it. I don't know. Some people would be, unless other people wouldn't. And after talking with Rob, and we were just chit-chatting while we were testing and tuning, what was interesting is I told him that I had a track set up down here on the floor, and you can see, I'll just show you down over here. Yeah, I had a track set up right here on the floor, and I had just pieces of green carpet, and I had arranged them down here on the floor, and I arranged them such as that it formed a track using the floor, and then the green carpet was the barriers, the actual landmass. So if you happen to hit that carpet with your car, it would do a very good job of preventing you from going anywhere else. And it was easy to use because you just had to use a piece of that double-sided tape they sell at the dollar store. You just put a piece of that on the bottom of it, and you stick it down on your floor, and it basically will stay there. Your car can hit it and doesn't really move too much. So you could lay out all these different pieces and form a track, and then you could actually drift if you polished up your floor and everything before you did it, and you could drift that track pretty easy too. So I was doing that for a while. So I mentioned that to him, and he suggested that maybe we should try doing that on this setup right here, because you do have the little borders right here, and the little borders prevent you from not only flying off the track, and ruining your nice little cars. They also provide a little barrier to help keep you going down the straightaways if you go off a really, really tough course, because then it's too hard for everybody and a lot of mistakes are made at once, and more chances for mistake equals more activity going and getting cars. So you want to temper your amount of driving activity within the track, I guess, with the with the length of the track too. So that way you get some sections that have a speed aspect, some sections that have a driving ability, turning aspect, and then other sections would provide your acceleration and your overtake aspects to the track. So yeah, so it would require some racing ability in order to maneuver around the track. But for some folks, the track action is going to be at an oval track or a tri-oval track, such as Michigan International Speedway. So in one of my future videos, I'm going to show you my version of Michigan International Speedway, and we're going to be using this setup right here and the carpet setup. Take them all out and spread them out here and see what I have, put something together, and then I will bring you back at that point and show you kind of what I have come up with at that point. So stay tuned. All right, and we're back. And you can see I've made a centerpiece for the track and some corners out of the carpeting. I still got to flatten them out a little bit. That won't be too hard. Put a piece of cardboard on the bottom of them.
Alfredo noodles, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, I'm gonna make that.
And a little small corner over there. I could make these a little bit bigger, but I didn't want to cut up too much of my other parts of my other track. This part here is just a couple of 3 pieces of cardboard taped together and painted with some acrylic paint, a mix of black and green for effect. Yeah, so here's the track in all its glory. Yeah, so now it's a full-fledged oval track, I guess you could say. So now just need to get a few cars out there, get a couple racers, and get out there and do some hot laps. I think this track is going to be cool because it has really wide lanes. It's just a few pieces. It can be picked up and taken anywhere. The frame, we're going to make a frame like that, and 1/4 inch round, what is it, 90-degree angle there. Yeah, something like that. And find a 4x8 sheet of plywood, and we'll have one of those at each location, and several different tracks we can have. And we'll have the PVC mats also that will fit on this frame, that will allow us to race on everybody's different courses that they design. I have another one in mind that I may design, but right now the PVC prices aren't all that great. It's about $100 for a track, so if you want to invest $100, that's how you would do it real fast. Whatever kind of racing we want to do, whether it's NASCAR or whether it's drifting, or of course with the drifting you got to really use the drift tracks. Otherwise you could probably drift on this surface right here. Yeah, it's pretty slick. I may get the drift cars out there and try it, but I think oval racing on this track is going to be phenomenal. I have to make some start and finish lines for it too. Do a little bit more work, put up some scenery around outside of it and things, so it looks a little bit better. That's always been a plan of mine, but I just never have got around to it. It's all a question of finances, basically. So speaking of finances, why don't you guys subscribe and give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you feel differently about racing, I always want to hear it. I'm more than willing to listen to anybody's comments. Just keep it real, though. That's all. Don't bash anybody else, or don't bash anything we do here on the channel, and we'll be all right. So anyways, this is Mark with Mark's Home Hobbies. Hope you guys like my video, and hope you come back and subscribe and join me and as we pursue the RC hobbies, except in a very small scale. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Bye.